Wildlife and nature photography is a mix of patience, preparation, and being ready when the moment finally happens. So in this video I take you through the gear that I use the most when I'm out photographing. This is not a guide to what everyone needs, but an honest look at the equipment that works for me after many hours and years out in the nature with a camera. Alright, so now I'm out in the forest again, and after spending almost 2 weeks in Finland, where I've been photographing bears and wolves and some other wildlife as well. And I thought it would be nice to do a quick video about the gear that I'm using when photographing wildlife, and also talk a little bit about how I use my gear. So first of all, I have it's loaded with camera gear. I have this camera bag that I got from Scandinavian Photo, which can storage all of my camera gear when going out in the field. Right now it's completely packed with stuff. You could mount some extra gear here if you want to. And you also have the possibility of like attach small bags and stuff on the sides. There is a quick one here where you can open it, but right now for my setup in here I don't use that, because otherwise the lens will fall out. And you can also like open it here if you got some gear ready to be used. And inside this camera bag I have these small pockets, also from Scandinavian Photo, and this orange-red pocket I store all my memory cards, and it's nice to have them like in one place and don't get the risk of losing them. So this one is nice to have. And also a little other small pocket is this one, where I can see what's inside, and I use this for storage small cables, camera batteries, charging cables, microphones, yeah, and kind of the gear that I use on a regular basis. Inside here there are some small pockets where I can store like lensing cloth and other things, lens covers and stuff that I use for my lenses. There's also a nice room here that I can store my MacBook, which is nice. I think it's a quite good camera bag. And now let's talk about the camera gear that I use when photographing wildlife and nature. So first of all, the cameras. I'm currently using the Nikon Z9, and it's a fantastic camera. I've been using it for almost 5 years now, and it completely like covers all the needs that I have when photographing wildlife. I use it for landscapes as well and do videos and stuff, and it's perfect. And I really like the flippable screen that I can tilt everywhere, and yeah, it's my workhorse of a camera. It's the ones that I normally use like every day, and yeah, it's been with me to Finland many times, to Dovrefjell, and photographing capercaillie and black grouse here in the area where I'm now. And yeah, as I said, it's a perfect camera for me. The battery life on the batteries are quite good, and yeah, this is the camera that does the work for me when I'm out in the field. And I also do have the Z8 from Nikon, kind of the same specs like the Z9, and yeah, it also does the work for me, and perfect to have a backup camera in my backpack. And I'm also filming on the Z7 II from Nikon. That's kind of my third camera that I'm using, and it's nice to do videos like this and also do like behind the scenes and stuff. It's good to have that camera, which I'm also filming the 14 to 24 millimeter lens on. And that lens I use for talking videos like this and behind the scenes, but also like landscapes, filming, and yeah, it's a brilliant camera for doing especially like nighttime landscape, taking photos of the clear sky with the stars, the northern lights and stuff. That's a good one. For when doing wildlife, I have this beast. That's the 400 millimeter lens f2.8 from Nikon, which I'm lucky to borrow from Nikon now for a while, and it was with me to Finland, and perfect lens for me. It's quite scary to borrow it because you always want to buy the cameras, or you also want to buy the lenses after the trips like that. It's also good because it has an inbuilt teleconverter 1.4, which makes me even closer to the animals or the subject that I'm photographing. Pretty insane lens. And the other lens that I'm using is the 100 to 400, 4.5 to 5.6. It's a pretty light lens, and it's good to have when not taking photos with tripods. It's easy to go with, and yeah, I really like this one. I've been having this for 4 years now, I think, and it's been with me to Finland every time when I'm going to Dovrefjell or taking photos and videos of the local wildlife, especially like the moose. It's many of those here in the area where I'm from. I really like this one, especially when taking photos of muskox, because then you're not locked into, for example, 400, but you can always choose the angles and choose how you want to crop the image. If you want to do close-ups, or if you want to like capture the environment that the animal is living in, I think it's good to have a lens like this. Downside is that it's not that good in low light situations, but then I have the 70 to 200 f2.8, which also is a pretty good lens to have. It's good in low light situations, but you don't come that close to the animals or the subject that you're photographing. But it's also good to have when taking photos of landscapes while zoomed quite good and close in. And this one, the 180 to 600 millimeter lens, is a lens that I'm using quite a lot actually. I got it, I think it was a year ago, and it's nice to have those extra 200 millimeters from the 100 to 400. And it's also quite the same in weight. And over to a lens that I've been using a lot when photographing in the small photo hides in Finland, especially in the forest there. And that's the 85mm 1.2. It's a beast of a lens, especially when taking photos and videos when it's completely dark, almost like after the sunset or before the sunrise, if you know that the animals are coming quite close to the camera. It gives that smooth background, especially when focusing on the eyes of the animals. I've been using this one for 4 years now. It's been with me three or four times to Finland. And the first time I was in Finland, I just borrowed this lens, and after that trip I immediately said that I'm going to have one. And this is also a good lens if you're taking like other photography jobs, events, weddings and stuff where the light is quite low, so you have plenty of possibilities when using this one. One of my favorite lenses. And if you want to like take other landscape shots and stuff, or talking videos like this, there's a lot of flies and stuff around there and mosquitoes, so try to do this as fast as I can. And of course it's always with me, the 24-70 f2.8, good one to have in a camera bag, and it's quite light as well. And I really like this lens, it's always with me, and it's nice to have. Kind of depends on the situation and stuff, but yeah, that's a good one. And let's not forget the tripod. So this is the Leofoto Ranger LS-365C that I got in partnership with Scandinavian Photo. I got it a couple of months ago when just before going out to photograph the black grouse. That was in April, I think, and it works perfectly. I'll show you kind of how it works. It's easy to like extend the legs on the tripod, easy to mount and easy to adjust. If you want, you could adjust this one. You could take the legs, let's see here, you could take it completely out. If you're photographing from a low angle and want to stay as close as you can to the ground, you could do that. And it's also nice to have a camouflage tripod. And when I was in Finland, I was also using the gimbal head, because then I don't need the tripod legs. I only need this one, and it's easy to take out if you want to sit in a photo hide and you don't need the camera legs, you only need this one. Then you could just screw it in and it will be like this. And also it's quite light as well, and that's a good thing because the camera bag is way too heavy now. All that gear stacked up. Yeah, and I tried to show you kind of how it works. You just want to get that in. So let's adjust the legs. Easy to get out and easy to fix there. Alright, so now I think it's good. And then I mount the lens and then just screw that in so it's locked and ready. So now you can just screw this one to get it in this direction, and if you screw this one, it's, yeah, and you can use that. It's quite steady, but when you're sitting in a photo hide, it's nice to remember to lock this one again, because otherwise you can disturb animals. If you forget to take this one, it will dunk, and it probably like hit the photo hide and make a lot of noise and stuff, and that could scare the animals away. But yeah, I really like this one, and it's easy to like work with there. It's nice to adjust. And if you want to like get this position only, if you're waiting for, let's say, an owl that's sitting in a tree, you could lock the tripod there, just leave it alone, and it will stay like that. And if the animal is walking by you, it's easy to like get those stable shots. I also almost forgot to mention that in my camera bag I also storage this camouflage suit. This one is the jacket. I have it for the legs and for the hands and for my face as well. This one is the 3D camouflage suit from Tragopan. It's also very light to have and don't take up that much weight in the camera bag, and yeah, it's easy to have with you. Yeah, so that's the tripod and the camera gear that I'm using when taking photos of wildlife. Don't hesitate to ask many questions if you have one, and I'll be answering them as soon as I can. And it was nice doing this kind of talking video. So that was a look at the gear that I use for wildlife and nature photography. I hope this video gave you a better idea of what I bring with me into the field, why I use it, and how it helps me when I'm out photographing. If you have any questions about my setup, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.